Hey everybody, targeted individual here. I just want to say, they already had people dislike my other video. My comment disappeared and somebody wrote a positive comment to me. And just not that. Another thing I want to say is, I'm going to start telling you, this has happened to me wherever I move to. It don't stop. Like, I was in Bryan at one time, but it started in Galveston. But let me tell you the episode in Bryan. The homeless shelter was involved. I went to check into a homeless shelter on Twin City Missions. And the lady who runs that, Jennifer, has government ties. She also was in Galveston when I saw her at one time. Or no, that was the person who worked for her in Galveston. They're all in on it. I just want to say, when I was at the homeless shelter, I went to check in. I was out tripping out because they knew I was tripping out. They accused me of being on drugs, which I wasn't. They would not let me check in. I got out. And all of a sudden people were looking at me, and this agent guy was talking about how this investigation, I heard him talking to a homeless guy about, this investigation is serious. This guy is a danger to society. This guy needs to be stopped. We need to help me put an end to it. So I had money then because I was working at the mushroom plant in Madisonville, and I got some money, and I left that job because people were mobbing me at work. So I was at Bryan, and I went downtown, and I started drinking a little bit. I was at a bar called Revolutions. This is where it gets weird. This is one of the weirdest things that happened to me, actually. I got an uncle named Uncle Matthew Morris. Matthew Adam Morris. I just want to tell you about him. I never knew he played music. He was at the bar, playing guitar, singing my set list from my band, song for song, and was looking at me funny, doing all his facial features he makes that I know that he makes, whispering to people about me. His daughter, my cousin, showed up there too, and saying, oh, my dad never played guitar, this is his first time, which he was really good that night. He might have played guitar, but it could have been set up, it could have been ran through electronic where he wasn't really playing or singing, but the weird thing, the guy singing it sounded identical to my lead singer. It was kind of weird. Really, really weird. When they did Behind Blue Eyes, and then they did Between the Bars, that Elliott Smith song, Nobody Here, that I thought only I did. It was crazy, man. And that night, they were saying how they were going to kill me, how the House of Hope was set up to follow me, and I saw House of Hope members there all night. A guy named Geronimo was supposed to be he was a chef, so he said he's a butcher and he wants to butcher me slaughter me like a deer and cut me up and put me in a river. I saw he's a real fat Hispanic guy, and they use Hispanics a lot in this operation. But I came to realize, I knew it was a setup just while we were talking. I noticed people. I noticed my ex Sierra with Chris Dowden, who shows up wherever I go. He's always there. In cars, different cars. He's at the House of Hope. He was at the psych ward with me. Then he ended up at a rehab 300 miles away. Then I ended up working in the kitchen with him. So it's kind of like, man, it just makes so much sense now. I want to say House of Hope, Brad Brock, Chris Ashton, Ricky Malonzo, Steve Roach, all of them were involved. They were all involved in this operation, which is evil. They had got lies about me that were not true. They didn't even look it up for themselves. They just believe whatever they want to hear from these so-called gang stalkers, this investigation. And somehow Michael Grunsfeld finds out. That's the guy who's been following me for 8 years. His main job is to follow me. He always finds where I'm at, and I always wonder that. My mom even thought that was weird, but honestly, I even think my mother could be involved, because I talked to my mother, and she just always said, you're crazy. Don't worry about that. You're crazy. You need to go get help for this. Call the cops. Well, she don't get the cops are in on it. They fund this operation. This is so out there, man. I am literally, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it. I can't get a job anywhere because I'm flagged as a danger to society. They never hire me. Or my hours get cut after a week if they get notified. And I end up losing my job. So another thing is, and people, like a girl at Arby's who was working there with me at Arby's, she shows up at Reb's Coffee House in Galveston right after I go back to Galveston, so I knew she was involved. The Mod Coffee House was highly involved in that. I saw people, my Uncle Matt was disguised there as a Middle Eastern guy. I also saw him walking in a gay parade. It's just really, really funny, man. I just want to say, it ain't funny, it's evil what they do to people. But I need allies out there. I need people I can put this information out there to who need help. Contact me. I don't trust anybody really, but if you're a real TI, please contact me. Peace out, everybody. And I just want to say one more thing. Fuck the United States government of America. Fuck all of them. Peace out.